if we can start right now, the first question is it's like 10 questions, not
No
like
problem.
hundreds. So the first question is, what is the secret of being more productive and more creative?
Um, I guess uh, the first thing you have to do is define what being productive means. And sometimes people think being productive means just doing stuff, any stuff. And my definition of being productive in the context of music production is producing music. And I know that sounds obvious, but what producing music means is finishing music, actually finishing it. So even if you're not sure if it's finished, even if it's not good enough for your ears, even no matter what, just finishing it. Because something amazing happens when you say, okay, I'm going to I'm going to finish that. That's done. No matter, even if you don't like it, that's done. Something magic happens, which can't happen any other way, and that's that you learn from the thing that you finished. If you never finish anything, then there are always still these options open. So there are always these questions. You haven't answered these questions with an answer. Once you do that by finishing it, you've gone and there's something there, and then you can learn from it. And then you can take that learning and apply it to the next thing that you finish. And I think the problem is with a lot of people is that they think being creative and being productive is just doing stuff in the studio and never finishing anything. If I just like practice constantly, then I'll get better. And you will get better very, very slowly, but the quickest way to get better is to finish. So I think that's kind of the secret of being more productive and more creative, because as you learn more about where you could improve, what things are right, what things are wrong, then kind of you start to understand where you can be more creative. But you have to finish, and that does mean at first, quite often, in fact, nearly always, finishing stuff which you know isn't good enough.
Yeah, thank you. And the second question is, getting up early or get going to produce music, or versus working at nights.
Well,
Which one is better?
well, okay, so I know there are some people who just don't work very well in the morning. Okay, and I know that there are some night owls. They kind of naturally have that way. But if you look at, I think there was an internet article about writers, and basically writers do a very similar thing to music producers, and great writers, and most of them did their creative writing early in the morning, and not all, not all, but most. Now, I thought, because I was a DJ and was up all night a lot of the time, playing all over the world, I obviously, in that situation, thought that I was a night owl, so that I didn't work well in the mornings because I went to bed really late. So what I used to do was do all-nighters. So I'd start in the evening and I'd do all-nighters over and over again. Then I had my first child, and because he was waking up all night, I wasn't actually able to do that. So what I tried to do was first thing in the morning, whatever time that was, whether it was, first thing in the morning was at 2 p.m. because I was still in bed. But the first thing that I did after waking up was go to the studio and do like half an hour or an hour or something. And I found that was easily, I would get like many times more stuff done than I would at night because I wasn't tired. Plus, because the day was about to start and I had other things to deal with, there was a deadline every day. So if you try just doing half an hour or an hour before you do anything else, before breakfast, possibly before you go to work,
With
whatever
fresh
it might
mind,
be. Yeah. Then you've got a deadline every day, which is a hard deadline. Like I've got to leave. Whereas if you do it at night, you're tired, which means that it's harder to make decisions, it's harder to focus, it's harder to know what's good. Your ears are often tired as well. You know, you've had a full day. It's harder not to get distracted by Facebook. Plus, you haven't got that deadline of I have to go to work now. So you could go all the way on, and so you just tend to just do whatever. So what my suggestion is, even if you get up at 2 in the afternoon, at that point, go and do, I don't know, half an hour, whatever it might be.
Wake up and go to studio directly.
Yeah. And just do that every single day. And you will be absolutely amazed at the progress that you make and how different your experience will be.
I can imagine that.